Hey guys, so today's video is a really exciting one, as you guys can see from the title. I am trying out the Kylie, what is this? Royal Peach palette. My mind went a little blank there. As you guys can see on my eyes, this is the finished look that I came up with this palette. In this video, I will be showing you guys my very first impressions. I opened it up for the very first time on camera and looked at the colors for the very first time on camera, kind of reviewed what I thought they looked like, just my initial thoughts. And I also did a demo of me first using them, so you guys could kind of see for yourselves how I thought they looked, how they blended together, how well they worked. So you guys will also see that. And I am also about to show you guys some swatches. But quickly, first, I want to just say hello to anybody that's new to my channel. If you are new, hi, and please subscribe to my channel. It means a lot to me. I do a lot of beauty videos, tutorials, first impressions, and reviews. So yeah, feel free to subscribe if you want to. Anyways, yeah. But this palette ranges for $45 on KylieCosmetics.com. That is the only place you can buy this palette. Please do not buy it from any other website. She has said multiple times there are tons of different websites out there that try to sell fake Kylie products, and they have very dangerous ingredients. So you can only purchase this on KylieCosmetics.com. As you're watching this video, I don't know if it will be in stock or not. I know that she just did a restock. Actually, there's another restock in exactly an hour, but I'm filming this on the Thursday, which is January 19th. I'm hoping to have this up by Saturday, which will be the 21st. But I don't know. I'm guessing it will be sold out by then, but you guys should just check her social media accounts to kind of see when it's going to be restocked again. I did get this on the first round of, I guess, the first batch of the palettes, I guess, like the first round that she did, which was the 12th. So it was exactly 1 week ago that I ordered this, and I actually just got it in the mail today. Shipping was really fast, which I really liked. I appreciated that. It literally got here exactly a week after I purchased it, which was nice. And yeah, I like the packaging. You guys will hear more about that when I first see it, but I think that that's all I've got to say for right now. I talk way more about this in depth in the video. Like I said, you guys will see the swatches. You guys will see me firsthand putting them on for the very first time and opening the package for the very first time. So yeah, if you guys want to see my first impressions on this palette and watch the demo, then just keep watching. Okay, so here is the palette, just so you guys can see all of the colors. The first swatch is Sorbet. Then we have Seashell, Peachy, Royal, Queen Bee, Duke, Duchess, Sandy, Mojito, North Star, Crush, and Cinnamon. I did try to turn down the lighting a little bit because I originally thought that the lighting was bad, but here are these swatches. Okay, so this is the very first time I'm opening this palette, so I'm going to open it with you guys. First of all, let's just talk about the packaging really quickly. It is really beautiful. I love the packaging. Really nice. This is not the actual palette. This is just the box that it comes in. But here is the actual palette. Once again, looks really nice. Feels pretty sturdy. It's just like cardboard, which I think is fine. I think it's a good quality. So, yeah, it looks really nice. So when we open it, it has a mirror, which is nice. I know that there were complaints that she didn't have a mirror in the other ones. And of course it has its plastic protector, and it also says Kylie here on the mirror. Hello, ring light. What's up? And here is the palette. I actually did not realize that this came with a brush. I guess I just did not think about it. I might use that today. I'm going to use this brush today because this is obviously a first impression. So here are the colors. So first things first I'm noticing is that the colors are stunning. Obviously, or I wouldn't have gotten this palette. This looks like a high quality palette to me, in my opinion. I feel like it looks very nice. So you guys will probably have already seen the swatches. I haven't done them yet. This is literally the first time I'm opening this, so obviously I don't have swatches yet, but you guys will have seen them because I'm gonna film it and I'm gonna put it before this clip. So you guys will see how pigmented they are, but I also want to see how they work on the eyes, because although I do like to swatch in these first impression videos just so you guys can get a feel of what they look like, I also really like to just see how they go on the eyes, how they blend on the eyes, because on the eyes things can work and look a little bit differently than they do just swatched on the back of your hand or on your arm or something. So I already know pretty much the look that I want to do today, the look that I'm going for, so we are going to get right into this. Obviously, I already have all of my, pretty much the majority of my makeup done already. The only thing I don't have is obviously my eye makeup, my lips, blush, and contour or highlighter. But my eyebrows are done, and I already have primed my eyelids with MAC's Painterly Paint Pot, of course, because I always use that and it's fair. My roosters are getting loud, okay? I'm filming. I need you to hush. I've already primed my eyelid. It's what's fair because I always prime my eyelids, so I went ahead and used the exact same primer I always use. Excuse me. I said I'm filming. You need to stop it. Y'all, living out in the middle of nowhere is great sometimes, but when you have chickens and roosters involved, that's when it starts to get a little annoying. So really quickly before I get started on the actual tutorial, I want to talk about the brush. So I took it out of the packaging. It's really cute. It says Kylie. It doesn't really have any type of numbering or name. I guess it's just a brush. The hairs, you're gonna drive me nuts. I'm just trying to do a video. The hairs on this brush feel really, really nice. Honestly, I can already tell I'm gonna like this brush. I haven't even used it yet. It's very similar to like a MAC 217, and y'all, my brushes are dirty. Do not judge. It's been a long week, all right? I've been doing nothing but filming. I haven't had time to clean my brushes. But it's very similar to the MAC 217. Ignore how dirty my 217 is. My MAC 217 is clearly a little bit smaller, but not by much, but the shape of it is very, very similar. So yeah. So first things first, because I know how I want to do this look, I am going to take some powder and this brush, and I'm going to just put this all right there and make like a little line. Jacqueline, girl, this trick is bomb. Seriously, if you guys haven't done this trick yet, you need to do it. Forget the tape. Forget all that. A little flathead brush like this and some powder, and you have your perfect line right there. Seriously, love this trick. So I also put some of that powder underneath my eyes just because I don't know if these shadows are going to have a lot of fallout, but I just want to be 110% safe that it's not going to get all over my foundation. So yeah. Alright you guys, so let's finally get started on this. The first color I'm going to take is this color here, and the names are not on the palette itself. They're on the back. I believe this is Sandy, so I'm going to take a little bit of that. I'm taking that on a Sigma E35, and I'm going to put that in the crease. Okay, so first initial thought is that is already pretty pigmented. Initial thought is that is really pigmented, which I like. And it's blending really nicely too. It's going on really nice. It's blending really well. And it's super pigmented, which who doesn't want their shadows to be pigmented? Because I know I do. Okay, there's the first color put down. I'm so far impressed. Let's go in with our second color, which I'm going to take Peachy right here, which is a beautiful, beautiful peach color. And I'm going to use that on the Kylie brush. Wow, that looks pigmented on the brush. That brush picked up a really good amount of that. I'm just going to tap it a little bit so we don't have a problem. And I'm going to put this right in that crease. Okay, I'm just going to say this really quickly, I'm gonna like this palette. I can already tell because literally I'm not even having to blend and it's like already blending by itself. Do you know what I mean? Like, oh my gosh, and that color is stunning. That color is gorgeous. Like, that's a beautiful, beautiful peach color. Wow, that's pretty. So far these colors are blending beautifully together, and I like this brush too. This brush is good. Next, I'm gonna go in with Crush, which is more of like a pinky, peachy color, but it's pretty. And I'm gonna go just a little bit further down in the crease with this one. Oh my gosh, you guys, these colors are really pretty. Honestly, that is gorgeous. Someone's loud on their little motorcycle, aren't they? Maybe a truck, actually.
Okay, so a quick disclaimer. I originally started this demo with the intention of using the blue on the lid. It didn't look good at all, and I didn't think it was a fair representation of the shadows, so I did wipe off the original eye and start over. The clips you just saw were from the first look I did, so you are still able to see my true first reaction. The next clips are after I wiped everything off and started over. I did start the second look with the exact same steps as the first look, minus the blue on the lid, and I do talk more about this later on in the video.
What we have so far, so let's go in with, I don't know whether to use this really bronzy shade here or like that one. This is more like copper and that's more like bronze. I think I want to use both. I'm going to go in with Queen Bee. I want to use both of them, so I'm going to use Queen Bee in the inner corner. That's so far really pretty. Not the most pigmented shimmer I've ever come across, but I feel like that's just kind of a known that her shimmers need a little bit of work. It's like a little tough to get on. And now I'm going to take Duchess, which is more of like that copper shade. And I'm going to put this on the outer portion of my eye. Now I'm going to take Cinnamon and I'm going to take that on this pencil brush and I'm just going to put this in the outer V. This color seems really pigmented and really nice. I'm even going to take a little bit of Duke and try to put that on the outer corner. I don't know how it's going to work because this is more of a shimmery color as well. Okay, so that's pretty. Okay, so I think that's all I'm gonna do for the top of my eyes. I'm gonna go ahead and take this brush and sweep away the powder under my eyes. I am very glad to put powder under my eyes because as you guys can see, these shadows create a ton of fallout, which is something that I feel like everybody should kind of take a note of so that, you know, if you're doing your makeup, you don't want to ruin it. Either put a heavy powder under like that, a really thick layer, or wait to do your foundation until after you're done with your eyes. But if you put a powder, you guys can see that it all just sweeps away really nicely with no problem. Here are the eyes so far. So I think for right now, I think that that's all I'm going to show you guys because this isn't really supposed to be a tutorial. It's just supposed to be a first impressions of me first trying them out and seeing how I like them on my eyes and how they blend and all of that. So I think that I've pretty much covered everything. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and finish the rest of my makeup. I'm going to come back and I'm going to tell you guys my final thoughts and give you guys my final opinion on the palette and if it's worth the money and all of that. So I'm going to go finish my makeup and I will see you guys in a minute. Okay, you guys, so clearly I am done with my makeup now and I'm just going to tell you guys that I did use the blue as an eyeliner just to let you know, and I will tell you guys how that went since I did not film it. Let's just get on with my final thoughts and opinions on the shadows, and I will explain the blue, how that went on with that. So my final thoughts and opinions on this palette are, I do think it's a good palette. I do think that it is worth the money that it is. I also feel like, you know, her matte shades are definitely a lot better than her shimmer shades. Her shimmer shades need a lot of work in my opinion. I feel like they're still very difficult to work with. They're not that pigmented. They're very like rough almost. Like, I don't know how to describe it. It's just very rough to the touch, and when you are trying to apply it, it just almost feels like it's like resisting. It's almost like they resist, like it's very hard for them to like really smooth out on your lid. So I personally, I still feel like she needs to work on her shimmers. I literally would buy this palette just for the mattes. Like, that's how much I like her matte shades. Her matte shades are amazing. They're really pigmented. They blend really nicely. And the colors in this palette are just really, really nice. I really like the color scheme that she chose for this specific palette. I think that it works well together. I think this is going to be an amazing palette for spring, most definitely. I mean, these colors are very spring-esque. So yeah, I definitely think that these colors blend really nice. They build up really nicely. Like I said, I still think that she could work on a couple of things. I will say this, that the first go around with the blue, I do feel like it doesn't blend that nicely. Like, the blue isn't like, it doesn't have a great blendability, because when you try to pack it on, it packs on really nicely. It packs on very true to color. It looks exactly like it looks in the pan, but as you start to blend other colors into it, or blend other colors in general, I do find that it starts to fade a lot. Like, it almost disappears and it looks almost muddy and just doesn't look that great. So the blue color, I will say, is the only matte in this palette that I'm not 100% in love with. I love the color of it, and I will say this, as an eyeliner, it works great. All I did was put it on an angled brush and I put it on as an eyeliner. It works great. You do have to pack it on a little bit to get that color, but it works really nicely as an eyeliner. I just personally feel that as like a color that you want to blend into other shadows, I don't think it works amazingly. I feel like it's not creamy enough to blend very nicely. It's just almost really dry, so it doesn't blend as nicely as I would like it to. So that's my opinion on that. But besides the shimmers and the blue color not working as like a really nice color to blend with, I love the other shades. I think that the palette is nice. I don't have, my camera card got full, but I was saying I don't have any other palettes of hers to compare this to. I've seen a lot of tutorials and I have heard the reviews. A lot of the reviews I found were very true, in the sense that the mattes are really great, they blend really well, but then the shimmers are what she still needs to work on. And I still think that even though she has all of her other palettes, I still do believe that she still needs to work on her shimmers. I did hear a couple of people say that her shimmers had gotten a little bit better, and they honestly, I do think they have, just from swatches that I've seen, from this palette to the very first palette that she came out with, but I still think that they still need a little bit more work. They are very they're just very dry. They need more like creaminess and butteriness to them in order for them to smooth on like I feel like I would want a cream shadow to smooth on. You know what I mean? I just think they're a little too dry. So yeah, besides that, would I recommend this palette? Yeah, why not? I think that Kylie Cosmetics as a brand is doing really well for themselves. Do feel like she should be very proud of herself. I do think she's done an amazing job. I mean, for her just starting this brand last year, I do think that she's doing a really good job. I think that her products are good. I think that, you know, it's trial and error. She's just starting out still, even though she has almost had it for a year, or I think she has had it for a year now. She's still starting out. It's very still in like the beginning stages of her cosmetics company, so she's still learning. So I think that it is worth the money. I do think that she's trying, and I do think that she has listen to what people want, and she has changed things. They still not might be exactly where they need to be, but she's trying, and you can tell that she's changing things. You can tell that she's actually listening to what the customers are saying and wanting. I mean, she added the mirror, she has made the shadows, you know, better quality. So yeah, I do think that she is trying. I do think that it is worth it, worth the money. And if you guys are looking for a nice spring palette, I would recommend this one. I do see myself using this palette a lot in the spring for the peachy shades, most definitely. I feel like my favorite color out of the whole thing is peachy. I probably would use some other palettes with this for their shimmer colors, but I will definitely be using a lot of the mattes from this palette, and we'll be grabbing the mattes from this palette, and of course it just looks really nice. So yeah, I do like the palette, and I would recommend it. So I guess that's all I have to say. I hope that you guys liked this video. I know that the first bit of shadows didn't really work out the way I wanted it to. I definitely love the way that this looks a lot more, and I think that this is more of a true representation of what they look like. I wasn't cheating my way around it and trying to make something it's not, because I did tell you guys I do believe that the blue just doesn't blend that well, and I think that that's why I had such a big problem the first time, because the other colors just blended so well. I was just kind of confused as to why the blue wasn't blending as well. So I definitely feel like I made the right choice in taking that first eye off and trying again. I just feel like the blue just didn't blend that well, and it just didn't look good, and I didn't want to give you guys like a false first impression of something that I feel like was kind of my fault, because I do feel like that was a bit ambitious. I was trying to do like the royal blue on the lid and blend like the peachy colors into it, and I feel like it would have been really pretty had the blue blended nicely, but it just wasn't blending right. So anyways, yeah, I hope you guys like this video. If you guys like my first impression videos, or you guys want to see more videos like this one, please subscribe to my channel. It means a lot to me, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye guys.